Hi, everybody. This is Deborah Henne, the host of Soundless Like Freedom. I am so excited because today I have a special guest, Linker Sánchez. Linker is a singer and songwriter, and he makes music for God, hoping that people will have an encounter with God through song. Now, Linker and I do know each other personally. He helps out with the youth at our church, and he leads the youth worship team. And I myself am so thankful for him and all of his work with the youth. Two of my girls are on the team. I'm going to be a proud mom here for a second. And his investment in my daughters has made a world of difference with their music, talent, ability, skills, and confidence. He's an amazing person. So welcome, Linker. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you again for inviting me. Well, my name is Linker, as Debbie said. We know each other for a couple years now, right?
2 years,
I
yeah.
I will say. I'm from Mexico. I know that my blonde hair sometimes throws people away. Like, oh. No, but I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican. I was born in Mexico. I was raised in Mexico, but I came here 15 years ago. Um, my title is a worship pastor. That's my legal
Really
my
cool.
legal status. I'm a worship pastor. I've been serving the Lord for woo, since I want to say since I got here when I was 15. My dad just threw me through the worship team. It's like, "Hey, you learn one song, all right, so you're in the worship team." uh, but uh, thank God, throughout the years, the Lord has given me songs, and I've been starting recording a couple years ago. I started recording in a professional way, and so that's what I've been focusing a lot. I also teach music, but yeah, that's like a little bit of my background story.
Okay. So when you go to write a song, is there like a specific place that you go for inspiration, or how do you go about taking a song from I just want to write a song to actual production and having it all written?
So it really varies a lot. Sometimes a song will pop out uh, in the shower. Sometimes ideas will come out whenever you're worshiping the Lord with everybody else, whenever someone is preaching, or whenever you're reading your Bible. Or at least that happens to me. A lot of the times also happens here, like in my room. This is my room. uh, Many times I will just sit down and I'll just start worshiping the Lord, and many of those songs come through just prayers and experiences that I have with the Lord. So it really varies a lot of how I write. Uh, but writing music is just like, well, the melody is the easy part. Whenever you start just trying to put all the instruments together and everything else is where the work starts, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, that's a little bit of how the Lord has been giving me the songs throughout prayers, throughout preachings, my times alone. A lot of the songs that I have, they come from my alone times from the Lord. But there's also songs that have come to me through preachings, or as I said, sometimes you're in the shower and you get the inspiration through the
Hmm.
shampoo. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how it works.
Inspiration in a bottle, right?
I know, right? I don't know how it works, but it does. It does.
Hey, that's what my husband. Yeah, I know other people who say that too. The greatest inspiration in the shower. Yeah.
It
No,
happens.
but there's some truth to that. I think you're kind of relaxed and it's like warm and yeah, it's. I
Who
hear you.
knows?
I think most artists would say the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
But yeah. So I love how you said it, but the source is like your time with the Lord and your alone time. So it's like more of like an overflow out of your personal relationship with the Lord. And it's interesting because you said the melody is the easy part. I I've dabbled in some songwriting, or I shouldn't say dabble. I write songs too. I'm trying to own it. This is my own growth process here.
Yeah, yeah.
I write too, but as a more of a wordsmith, I find that the lyrics come so much easier. And once my lyrics are done, then the it's working out the melody, and it's almost like I have to sit at the piano and it just seems to bubble up from within me more so than sitting and thinking, well, what should this melody sound like, or should the pitch go up or should it go down? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
No, no, that's completely fine. Yeah, like a lot of the songs that we sing at church, you can tell that they come from just playing along with the Lord. And it's just a lot of the songs that we sing at church that you can tell that they're like a spontaneous song that the singer sang to the Lord, and they just say, "I like this, so let's record it," and that's how they recorded it. And it works. Like many of the songs that we sing at church, they come from those raw times. I would call them raw, right? But some other times, you just want to work it out a little bit, because sometimes whenever you're just worshiping in the spontaneous part, sometimes it doesn't reflect or sound the same as you want it to. So you gotta just tweak it a little bit so it will sound better. But yeah, I understand completely what you're saying.
So you have a new project out. Can you tell us about the album that you just released?
Yes, it really is last month. Last month? Yeah, I think it was last month. Well, the name of it is Seasons. It's my journey through writing music. I called it Seasons for a couple different reasons. I believe that we go through seasons in life. I like how in the English word seasons you can use it as the transitions of life too. And I think the songs were given to me in different times of my relationship with God. Some of the songs are a little bit more I want to say more personal in with God, and then some other ones they just start building to more worship, or it just keeps going, right? Like in our life, that not every time is like the best times of our life, right? That we go through seasons in life, and I believe that's what I felt that the songs were given to me through seasons also. But I'm also playing like poetically in a sense. That or sometimes you say, "Oh, that's a summer song." Have you ever heard that? Like that's a summer song, or that's like a Christmas song. And I don't know why we tend to say that, but I liked it. I liked the idea, and I have different styles of music in this album, and he has I don't know, a little bit more. We'll call it summery songs, like summer songs, or like a little bit more, or like a fall song, like a little bit more. The times are changing, and other songs are like the winter hit us, and this cold weather, and I just want to be inside, and it seems that the sun never comes out, and I don't know. I just try to play with the rhythms and also with the lyrics and the seasons of the songs. So I try to put them in that way that it will try to uh, be like a little play with the. I try to play with that little thing of fall, summer, you know, a winter. Yeah, so I'll try to play with that, and that's how it came out. But it's in Spanish, and I have just a couple songs in English, and some of them they're just a what should I call them? Like instrumentals, like some
Mm-hmm.
instrumentals too.
Sounds exciting. And where can we find it? Where can we find your?
Uh, it's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. It's everywhere. If you wanna check it out, it's called Seasons again. And my name is Linker, and you can just find it Seasons by Linker Sánchez, and you should have the list in there. Hopefully, you can have an encounter with the Lord through those songs, and yeah.
Awesome. And we talked about seasons and we talked about encounters with the Lord. And one of the big themes of this show is aligning our thoughts with Jesus's and with the truth in God's word to find freedom in our lives. Can you tell us, share a story of a time when that was true for you?
Well, I have had many,
Oh.
many times
And we
where
get more of them as we get older.
that's right. Yes, and sometimes by the day you just get surprised. Um, there's just so many of them. There's so many times where I have found myself that nothing is like worth it. Like some days you just wake up and you're like, oh, there's no point in nothing. And this is the thing that some people think that everybody has figured out their lives. They don't. Nobody has figured out nothing.
Nope.
And that's something that you learn. Like sadly, you learn the hard way sometimes. But like there's some days that you just don't know what to do. You don't know if you everything that you're doing is working out. But it's in those moments. It's in those moments where we can come to the Lord and we can find that freedom that we need. Because it's the thoughts of the enemy that is telling us. The enemy is telling us, "Oh no, you will never be nothing. You will never achieve nothing. You should give up. There's never gonna be a response to that prayer." And it's just the enemy working in our minds, right? He's just telling us lies.
Mhm.
But then it's in those moments where we have to come to the Lord. And there's been many times where I will literally just come here and I will grab my guitar and then I will just cry my heart to the Lord. And it's in those moments where we find that the Bible is true.
Yeah.
Everything that is written in the Bible is true. And I just find it so amazing that it's been written there. Sometimes we know it. Sometimes we know the verses, right? And the Bible tells us that it will set us free, right? The truth will set us free. But we don't know it till like the Lord reveals it to us. And they're like, oh, wow. This
Yes.
is true. This is true. Um, uh, I don't know. I just have so many stories. Maybe is that there's been many times, especially with music. It's so like there's so many artists right now. There's so many people making music. So many people trying to write music and stuff. That it's like a business, if you want to call it a business. That you gotta be fast because everybody's just expecting like, all right, I heard your first song, but I want more, I want more, I want more, right? And you cannot keep up with that rhythm, or at least I can because we have stuff to do, right?
Hmm.
At least right now I just can't because I have other stuff to do. And there's been many times where I have felt like I just can't. Maybe I should just give up. But it's in those times, and I find that the Lord is it's really funny because, especially in those times where I have said, no, maybe I'm just gonna focus on that area. I'm just gonna focus on that other area. The Lord talks to me through someone. It's always someone. Someone tells me, and it's like, oh, I've been praying for you, and this is what I get, and they will give me a Bible verse, or they will give me a word of encouragement. A couple of years ago, a year ago, it was it was during the whole COVID, like like everybody was at their homes, right?
Hmm.
Um, I received a text from one of my friends in Mexico, and I haven't talked with him since middle school, and ooh, right,
Hmm.
a long time ago. Uh, and I was like, "Oh, how are you, man?" And he's like, "I'm good, but I wanted to tell you something. I've been listening to your songs that you put on YouTube, and I decided to give my life to Jesus, and I started to go to church." Oh, whenever someone tells you that, you're like, "Oh, this is why I'm doing this.
Hmm.
This is why I shouldn't give up, or I should not listen to the devil. This is why I should continue and just following what the Lord is telling me." And that's it's right there when the Lord is he truly relieves you from that those thoughts, those things that were coming to your mind, and it's just I don't know. He's really cool.
Absolutely. And I love how you said that, it's in those dark, dark places that you have to like dig deep because God meets us where we're at, and God can be found in those dark places if we are if we can focus on that. Because, yeah, I've had that too, where you have like a really dark place or things are going on in life and it's not good. But yet, I'm kind of like you, with the music thing, and I'll turn to worship, I'll turn to praise. And it's just that recentering and that refocus on God's awesomeness and his truth that just it changes the atmosphere. It changes my mind, it changes my heart, it sets me free, as you said. It's incredible. And the support system. Like you talked about, like just recently, just going through some things that have happened in my life around me, and I'll get a text, hey, God really just laid you on my mind today. How can I pray for you? Stuff like that. That's like, God, you do see, you do know, and you're reaching out to us and
Yeah.
coming along to build us up, and we build each other up, and God uses us in other people's lives too, to build each other up so we can keep moving forward together. But yeah, awesome. Was there anything else that you wanted to share today?
That it's good to live for the Lord. I know that sometimes they tell us that at church, right? But experience it. Don't just listen to what they're saying. But it's like whenever people tell you, "Oh yeah, this drink is great," right? And you're like, "Oh yeah, it's great." But if you don't drink it, you will never know.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with the Lord. Try it and believe this. He won't disappoint you. He is so good, and it is true. Everything that it was written in the Bible is true, and
Mm-hmm.
those are blessings for you. It's not like uh, just something that like people see that or think that Christianity is that they're brainwashing you. But once you get to know the Christ of the Bible, you're like, wow, how I was missing out.
Yeah.
I was missing. He really does care about you. And I know that life is not the best sometimes, right? Sometimes we do have to struggle with stuff, but He's still there. He's gonna be there for us, and then we learn that that He was with us all along. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes He let us know stuff through those experiences. We learn stuff through those experiences, and He's really worth it. Um, Go to Him, and not just in the context of I listen to Him, or I listen to a podcast, or I listen to someone else, right? No, pray and tell Him, Jesus, I want to know you as these people say that you are, and you can talk with Him. Tell Him, I want to know you, and He's gonna reveal Himself to you, and it's just worth it. It's cool. It's really cool. He loves you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Tasting, seeing, and getting that revelation and that experience with the Lord, 100%. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
Again,
for
this is
invitation.
Linker Sanchez. You can find his music on YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, Apple. Go check it out. His music is amazing. It's wonderful heart for God and for the youth and for people. And yeah, and let's not forget to tune our thoughts to make sure that they sound like Jesus's, so they sound like freedom. So next time, be blessed.